One is TB Shores. It is February the 1st, 2016. I want to tell you about a dream I had night before last. I'm just going to get right to the dream, okay? All right, I've got notes here, so I'm just kind of going to read off of them. All right, I was driving on my way to work. It was early morning, but still dark. As the darkness was subsiding, I looked in the sky and I could see peeking through the clouds what I thought was the bright orange glow of the sun, but it looked more like an orange moon. Let me show you another picture. These pictures are just to aid you in getting a better feel for what it was I was seeing. Now, this is the best picture, I think, in depicting what I was seeing there, because it gives it's not so much the clouds were orange, the sphere. Now, this was the sun. I don't want that to be misunderstood. I clearly understood this was the sun. And it was very bright. It was very orange, and it had a distinct outline to it. You know, usually when we look at the sun, we don't see a real distinct outline. But like when it's first coming up, you can see the more of a sphere shape rather than just a bright light coming off the sun. I think you know what I'm trying to say here. But anyway, this is what it looked like when I first saw it. It was like it was peeking up. And the sky wasn't orange. It was the sun that was orange. I wish I could have found better pictures, but that's just what we got. But anyway, as I kept looking, then I saw this. Now, keep in mind, again, the sky is not orange. It's the spheres that are orange. The sky was like the sky and the clouds were more, let me see, more like this, okay? But we were seeing, or I was seeing, two spheres pretty much in the same positioning. Clearly, the larger one was the sun. And I've got a very amateur drawing of what I saw, and I'm going to show that to you now. This is the layout of what I saw. Clearly, this was the sun. I understood it was. Absolutely, no question about it. And then there was this, and that's pretty much the same sizing that I saw as far as ratio to size. Up here, there was another sphere that had this grayish look to it. You know how sometimes when you look at the moon, you see a sphere, but part of it is lighter and then part of it is darker. That's what this looked like, but it was not the moon. It was another sphere that was in connection with this group here. And then over here to this side was a very small one. Now, this is exactly what I saw in my dream in the sky. Now, I'm going to finish telling you about the rest of the dream. And I think it's important what's being said here in this dream. And, you know, I want you to take this to the Lord. This is not a dream that has a lot of symbology in it that needs interpretation. I think this dream is more straightforward. But please take this to the Lord and seek Him for understanding in what He's conveying in this. I have never had a two-sun dream. I have had dreams of seeing planets in the sky, and we'll talk about that at another time. But I have never seen two suns. And the fact that they were so clear, it was absolutely clear. The sphere shape and what they were. This was the sun, and I knew this was over here by the sun, and the size of it. This is pretty close to what I saw as in comparison to the size of the sun. And then we have these other spheres. Okay, I think that's letting us know that there's more involved here than just this. But anyway, as I arrived at work, me and some others were discussing what we had seen, because others had seen this as well, and we were discussing it. Now, not everyone there was discussing it, just some of us was. Some of us were, excuse me. But I don't think it was that the others didn't see it. It's just they weren't involved in the conversation. Those of us, I think, that were in the conversation were those of us who are awake and understand what's going on. Because we had a discussion where, let me flip this up. I want to read this because this is my thoughts on the dream more accurately than what I can recall. Okay. That was my original drawing, so I wouldn't forget. But anyway, I'll let you look at that wonderful artwork while I read this. It said, I wanted to take a picture, but I was too busy driving. Once at work, some others and I were discussing what we had seen. We knew it meant something bad. Bad things were coming. We knew it meant a life-altering event on Earth. We knew death would result. It was even discussed that since they knew what was coming, everyone should be allowed to just spend time with their families, because what was coming made the work seem pointless. None of it would matter afterward anyway. Now, this is what was going on in this dream, the train of thought and the discussion that was taking place in this dream. And they, where it says, since they knew what was coming, clearly in my dream that was conveyed to me as they were those who are in control. Let's see, I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Yes, another thing I wanted to point out is at some point in the dream, I contacted my son about what he had seen and what he knew. And I think the significance in that is my son is a fireman as well as a first responder, and he drives an EMT, emergency medical vehicle. So his involvement with the fire department and the emergency medical response team is a position that many times they will have information ahead of time of a heads up on things, so to speak. So I think it's significant that I was contacting him. But I'm going to stop this off here. Like I said, seek the Lord on understanding what he's conveying with this. And I love you. Let's be in prayer, seeking the Lord. Things are, I think, very close to the events that we've been anticipating being upon us. I love you all. Bye-bye.